It's Babe Nation. Oh my God, y'all. Good evening, Babe Nation. Oh my God. This day has been crazy. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much for answering the call. Hey, Chakra King. Hey, Kimberly Black. Hey, Miss Steph. I want to give a shout out to Gail, uh SC, Just One and Only, Valerie, Bridget, NY, Lockins. Thank y'all so much. Let's see, who else did she say? Thank you, Cheryl. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. Hey, Barn Dog. Thank you so much for the birthday love. Thank y'all for celebrating with me. We had a day, okay? Oh my God, we had a day. We just left the restaurant and it was a disaster, just to say the least. They told us it was a 30-minute wait. The wait ended up being an hour. When I went up there to check to see what was taking so long, they told me, "Oh, we text you 20 minutes ago." After now, I had just went up there to ask them how much longer. So they claimed they text me right after that. I never saw the text. Well, if I just walked up here and asked y'all how much longer, and then right after that you text me and I don't come back, and you know I'm sitting right here, why wouldn't you just come get me? Why would you just keep sitting people in front of me when you know I've been waiting? So that blew me. Anyway, we ended up getting sat. We sat down and the food took about another hour. I was like, "Oh my God." I was so happy that we ordered. Now look, I was so happy that we ordered her cake and ice cream first. I would never do that. I don't know why I did that. But I'm glad we did that because the rest of that stuff was outrageous. But thank y'all so much for celebrating with us. Hey, Heavy Bear. I believe she had a beautiful day. Um, and that's really all a person could ask for. That I thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. And I'm looking forward to moving along. Baby, it wore me out. Okay. It has worn me out. Now, however, I still have been tracking the Diddy case. Now, a few of my questions got answered. I was wondering, where's her family? That got answered. Apparently, Cassie's family has been there for her through all of it. Okay. Her brother, her mother. So that's good. Because I was definitely trying to figure out, you mean to tell me this girl was going through all this and she didn't have nobody having her back? Hey, California. Hey, Brenda. I said, you mean to tell me she's going through this and no one has her back? Well, come to find out, her family does have her back and has always had her back. Now, a lot of people are still acting a little confused. Now, I was, but after listening, I'm no longer confused at all about how they are arriving at a RICO charge. Diddy is done, y'all. Diddy is done. Diddy is done. Let's talk about it. So, what came out since we last spoke was, and I know some of y'all know this information, but I'm going to cover it anyway because this is what I promised to do. And I definitely want to track. History is being made. Absolutely. History is being made with this Diddy crap. Okay. It's really setting a precedence because a lot of rich people do exactly what Diddy is doing. And this is why so many people are confused. Like, how is this against the law? How is this a RICO? Since we last came on here, though, it's very clear to me. First of all, they only have to find two offenses out of all of the stuff they charging him with, out of all the stuff that could be involved in the RICO. The prosecution only needs two offenses, and a lot of this stuff has already been proven, like the prostitution, the extortion, um, uh, um, using wiring money for illegal activity. So Diddy is popped, y'all. Now it came out that he extorted Cassie's mom. He told Cassie's mother, give me $20,000, or, I'm gonna release sex tapes of your daughter. Hmm. Now he a whole billionaire. At the time, I'm sure he was a multi-millionaire, but he's so grimy that he made this woman uh 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 get a loan on her home to give Diddy $20,000. That's extortion, y'all. Okay. And every day we're finding out he ran his enterprise with an iron fist. Everybody around him was scared of him. It wasn't just Cassie. See, people want to just focus on Cassie, but what the prosecution is showing is no, everybody that was around Diddy was scared of Diddy. He would assault them physically. He had weapons. He assaulted his own chef. He assaulted Cassie's friend. What's so crazy about Cassie's friend is he assaulted Cassie's friend, and at the time Cassie was still in the Matrix. Okay. Yeah, he's cooked, barn dog. Yeah, all the dots are coming together, California. Real, the prosecution is doing a good job laying this case out. He even assaulted Cassie's friend, and Cassie's friend wanted to sue him. And at the time, because Cassie's mind was still messed up, she didn't want her friend to sue him, and even fell out with her friend over it. She didn't support her friend. She told her friend, you're doing too much. Because again, she was in an abusive relationship herself. So she felt like, girl, you doing too much. And lost a friendship behind it. So what they're doing now is just showing a pattern of Diddy abusing basically everybody that's around him. Um, Cassie's mother's testimony and her evidence, because she took photos of her daughter's marks and bruises. She had receipts. See, these folks coming with all the receipts. I can respect it. I wondered at first, do they still have receipts from this stuff that happened all this time ago? Yes, they do. Hey, Valerie. Hey, don't ask me ish. Yes, they do still got the doggone receipts. And thank you so much, Valerie, for the Cash App today. Cassie's mama got receipts. And they've been showing them. Cassie's mother's testimony was so powerful they couldn't even cross-examine her. When it came to Diddy's team to ask her questions, they couldn't, because they would have looked real crazy. She had receipts. Um, and according to Armand, you could just tell that this woman couldn't stand Diddy. Any mother wouldn't be able to stand Diddy had he done the things to their child that he did to Cassie. So they were smart to not even try to cross-examine him. They have interviewed the second escort that's testified. And his name is the Punisher, because y'all know Diddy liked them big, black, with a lot of stuff. Absolutely. Yeah, he's evil, Valerie. So this guy who was an escort, he testified yesterday as to what he experienced and how Diddy controlled everything, and basically corroborated everything Cassie said. Diddy orchestrated everything, would even direct the actual act, telling them when, where, how, slow down, speed up. Child, just doing too much. Okay. The fact that Diddy got 10 lawyers ought to tell us that Diddy is popped. No one that's innocent needs 10 lawyers. Let's be very clear about that. This man got all these attorneys, high profile attorneys. They are trying to find he got the best of the best. Any stone that could be overturned, they trying to find it. Any discrepancy, any inconsistency, and they are relying on witnesses to remember every detail. When the fact of the matter is, this stuff happened a long time ago. So some stuff you're not going to remember, or you may misspeak. But because you're dealing with professional lawyers, they can take that and make it look like you just a stone cold liar. And that's what they've been doing. Every time they come up and cross-examine somebody, Diddy's team has been doing a great job of making the people look like liars. Okay. So the Punisher testified that he even wrote a book about his experiences with Diddy and Cassie. And he talked about his erectile dysfunction. Okay. And how when he would suffer with that, it would cost him. Diddy would dock his pay. Absolutely. So Diddy was just, I believe Diddy was using Cassie as just a middleman, a beard to really get to be around these different men. Now they released the pictures of these men that Cassie had freak offs with. Different races, different bills, different. I mean, Diddy don't have no type. He likes them all. Okay. Now a while ago, this Caucasian man came out and he was in police custody, but he was getting interviewed and he said he participated in Diddy's freak offs. Now, when he came out and said that, we thought he was crazy. Come to find out, he was telling the truth. His photo is a part of the lineup of the men that Diddy and Cassie got up with. So Diddy, they're painting a picture that this girl was nothing more than a piece of tail for Diddy. She was being manipulated because she was younger than him. He used manipulation, fear, and control to get her to do what he wanted her to do, all while promising her some major music career that she was never going to get. All of that equals RICO, coercion, manipulation, fear, kidnapping. But you still gonna have people run around here and say, I don't see how they could do. I don't. Okay, well, you gonna see. Give them till July 4th, and you will see how they got them. Yeah, they trying to blame Cassie. Hey, Mira. They trying to blame Cassie for this. If you ask me, he cooked without Cassie's testimony. All the drugs, money, and pow, it's over. Yes, they even found weapons. They said that when they locked Diddy up in Miami, they released all these photos of what was in his hotel room: stripper shoes, all type of drugs in other people's names, illegal. See, that's called a network. If you could prove that this man had doctors on his side providing him with these medications, these drugs that he would then pass on to these people in these freak offs so that they could last all night and for days and days, that's proving the racketeering part. That's the organization, the organized network part. You got doctors participating in this network, helping Sean Diddy Combs accomplish what he's trying to accomplish. That's where all this RICO stuff coming from. Baby, they just getting started. It was so much stuff in those photos from the freak, because he was getting ready to do another one. He had stripper shoes, dildos, all kind of drugs, condoms, and let's never forget the baby oil. I don't know what this man's infatuation with baby oil is, but oh my God, he has so much freaking baby oil. And not just the small bottles, the big bottles. It ain't that. I mean, come on. Baby oil goes a long way. But this man has an infatuation with baby oil. His former security guard testified as well as to what he saw. He testified about running into Suge Knight with one of Biggie Smalls' friends, and a whole bunch of when they ran into Suge Knight, because he was just the driver. He was a driver, actually, not a security guard. He was the driver. He drives one of P. Diddy's friends, and they at some restaurant, some diner, and Suge Knight shows up, and the friend confronts Suge Knight, and before the driver knows it, it's 4 black vehicles pulling up. So now he's terrified. Like, hold on, I got hired to be a driver, and now I'm in the middle of a possible shootout with Suge Knight. So they leave, go back to Diddy's house, tell Diddy what happened. Diddy said, let's go back up there. So he grabs guns. And goes back up there to find Suge Knight. And the driver said that was his cue. That's when he knew he needed to leave that job, because that was a bit much. He wanted to just drive. He didn't want to have to shoot. He was the assistant and the other man was the bodyguard. He didn't want to have to do all that. And he said when they was on their way back up there to confront Suge Knight, Diddy was in the back seat with 3 weapons on his lap. So at the end of the day, the driver was going to end up having to protect himself, I guess, with one of them weapons Diddy had. Yeah, it's just, so it's really painting a picture of a person that's deranged, on drugs, got access to weapons, has no respect for anybody, and it's just out of his mind. They finally called an expert witness, y'all. They have finally called an expert witness. This is the part I was waiting on. But unfortunately, they're going to have to call another one because she messed up. She messed up. We wanted an expert witness to come out here and explain, why did Cassie say she got raped by Diddy and then went slept with him again? We needed a person that specialized in this type of psychology to come out here and explain to us, why would a person like Cassie want to be and have a baby with a person like Diddy? Why would she stay around him if he was abusing her? We needed this person to come and explain this, right? And she didn't do too good. Okay. Now, she claimed that she had no idea of what the details of the case, and this is just her job. She just testifies in these sort of cases because that's where her expertise lies. She's an expert in these matters, but she has not been privy to any details when it comes to the Diddy case. So on cross-examination, they ate her up. They ate her up. How can you speak to a case you don't even know the details of? Unfortunately, Diddy's team is playing games with people that don't know better. And unfortunately, that's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that don't know no better. So Diddy's team could play these games with them. Because when on cross-examination, when they ask that expert, how can you speak to this case, or how can you say what you're saying if you never examined this particular case, when you know you need to examine a case to be able to speak to it? Only a person that don't know no better would be like, they ate that. Yep, they got her. They got her. They got her. But those of us that know better know you don't have to know the details of a domestic violence case. All them ninjas move the same way. This ain't new. Diddy ain't the first person to hit a woman. Diddy ain't the first person to terrorize a woman. But his team knows how to spin narratives. And if you're not tracking, you'll be like, well, that's true. How could she speak to something she don't know nothing about? She's an expert, been doing this job for 30 years. And again, domestic violence ain't new. How men move when they are violent isn't new. They all get that crazy look in their eye. They all will sit up and cry after. They all blame you. They all got mommy issues. Some of this stuff is just consistent with all of them. They all try to buy you gifts after they knocked your head off your shoulders. And that's exactly what Diddy kept doing to Cassie. It's this toxic cycle that continues to repeat itself. They beat you down, build you up, buy you something. Beat you down, build you up, buy you something. And you sit there for years just waiting on to build you up, buy you some part. No woman sits in an abusive relationship because she likes to get beat up. It be the addiction to that after. Because that same person that could tear you, and see, only a psychologist or somebody that been through it would be able to explain this. But just looking at it at face value, it does look like, yep, she wanted it. Because look at it, kept going back. That's when you don't know no better, you say stuff like that. So they were able to play this game with this lady. They need somebody bold that's going to come in there and say, I saw this because the lady actually, they ate her up too because she was supposed to be a blind witness, someone who didn't know any of the details of the case. But on cross-examination, they found out she had met with the prosecution 6 times. So you clearly do know about this case. Okay. You clearly do know about the details, but she didn't admit that. So I think they're gonna need to call another one. Okay. The good thing about it is there are women on the jury, and women aren't finna play with you, Diddy. Okay. It's some women on there, and I got a feeling they not going. Anytime I gotta sit over and see you, look at you with 10 lawyers, baby, somebody guilty as hell. Okay. Somebody guilty as hell. Diddy said, I want to make sure if there is any corner of an inch, any possibility that I could get out, one of y'all gonna find it. That's why he got all them sitting up there. Now, what did also happen is his family is not as present as they were in the first week. See, let's be very clear about this Diddy trial. This is some draining, demonic stuff. I feel sorry for the people that's in that courthouse. See, I could just go online and read articles or and watch people's videos who are actually in the courthouse. Like, I like to get a bunch of different views and then make up my own mind. So I watch and read a lot of different people. But I would not be able, and see, I'm able to come live and talk about it as I feel. I feel bad for the people that gotta sit under all that negative energy from now to July. I don't know how they do it. You gotta sit and listen to this man who has been a closeted freak, doing all this abusive stuff, living this demonic lifestyle. You gotta sit and listen to this all day, every day for the next 8 weeks. That's a lot. It's a lot. So they say his kids and his family, they haven't been as present as they were. They in the first week, they probably can't take no more. I'll be like, Daddy, if you don't get your daddy, just stop. Daddy, sit your freaking daddy. Now, daddy, come on now. You mean to tell me you was hiring all these prostitutes and taking their bodily fluids and putting them on you? Come on, daddy. That's nasty. Like, I wouldn't even want certain things. You shouldn't even want your kids to even be able to picture you doing. let alone seeing you doing. I don't even want my kid to picture me being a trifling, nasty gutter snipe. And you sitting up there letting them detail all your indiscretions while your kids sit there. And then your daughter's the same age as Cassie was when you met her. Your daughter's the same age Cassie was when you started doing stuff to her. But I bet this the same man that'll try to murder somebody if they did anything to his. That's the part I can't respect. I cannot respect people like that. If you know you won't want that nasty mess done to your damn child, why the hell you doing it to somebody else's? And we supposed to believe he's such a loving family man. It's hard to believe that. If so, what? You was just able to be evil to everybody else and not your kids. And let me say this too: Diddy got a son, baby. Diddy has a son that's him all over again. Everything about Diddy, this boy got. And it's not just looks, it's way deeper, including like criminal cases. He done caught some cases too. That young man is just like his father and not in a good way. They approach rappers like they approached Ray J and try to fight Ray J. Like they get their bully spirit, their I'm a assault you, do as I say. They get all that from Diddy. And they think it's sweet and it's not, because your daddy finna, I almost said something, I don't want to say too much. They daddy going to jail. They daddy going to jail for a long time. While they idolizing him, he's popped. It is sad to idolize evil. Because when the devil come to collect, then what? Did anybody else testify, child? Cassie's friend, Cassie's mama, his assistant, his driver. Um, the chef. Did the chef testify? Yeah, it's just anyway, to make a long story short, y'all, they are just slowly unveiling why they got Diddy. And many of us have heard about Diddy for many years. But to actually see this play out is gaggable. I'm gagged. Because, like, you could hear some of this stuff, but to actually see it in court records and know that these people not making this stuff up and it actually did happen the way they said. Oh, wait. The other girl testified, Dawn Richards from Dirty Money. She testified too. That she saw Diddy beat up Cassie and she didn't do nothing about it out of fear for her own life. Um, but they even on cross-examination tore her testimony up. Made her look like a liar too. Child. So I will be tracking y'all. I will be tracking. I'm gonna do my best to come live tomorrow and come on camera so I can catch up with y'all. Today has been a day. Okay. Thank y'all to everybody that's here. Thank y'all for answering the phone. Your girl is popped. Okay. Ever since that Beyonce concert, I just been walking so much, y'all. I have been walking and my body is like, girl, you know we are not used to all this. What are you doing? Okay. It just lets me know I need to walk more. Because ain't nowhere in the world my knee hurt. Stuff just be hurting. I be soaking. It don't be working. So yeah, it's time for me to start back jogging because I refuse to get stiff and not be able to move and everything just hurt. Ooh, that hurt. Ooh, that hurt. Every time I move, ooh, that hurt. No, 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 no. We about to get rid of some of this hurt. Okay. We about to get rid of some of that hurt. No, we ain't gonna be hurt. Okay. We too young to be hurt. Absolutely. Shout out to the nation. I love y'all. I'm going to try to come live tomorrow, come on camera and kick it with y'all and catch up. I got some updates and things to tell y'all. Very excited. I hope you guys have a lovely evening, and I will call y'all back. Good night.